Thank you. Okay, thank you. I think some of you are already familiar with me, but just a short introduction. My name is Neijho. I was already introduced. Normally, in a normal life, I'm working at Bowtie Technology. I'm founder of Bowtie Technology. And in that job, I do a lot of projects. Some projects are mobile-based, some are more traditional projects, some are in embedded software. So you can say I'm more or less an all-rounder. But today we are going to discuss mobile technology. I have prepared 3 topics I would like to discuss with you. I will discuss first the current state of the market. After that, we are going to try to focus on what are the key factors to success. And after that, I will discuss some real-world cases where I was involved in, and I would discuss to you what is working, can we learn something from those projects. If we are looking at the mobile market, tremendous things are happening. The growth is definitely overwhelming. We see, I don't think we have seen such a growth with a lot of other technologies. If you compare it, for example, with the growth of televisions, it took televisions, let's say, 20, 30 years to reach that amount of installed devices. And with mobiles, we see a growth which is just incredible. Mobile is basically the driver behind social media. You are all familiar with social media, and that is only possible because we have mobile nowadays. And that has a huge impact on how we organize our lives. And we see, obviously, that mobile technology is replacing traditional technology. If you take a global look, some figures, you can call them boring, but still interesting maybe to observe some things. We see the growth. 1 billion subscribers were added in the last 4 years. We see that half of the world, of the global population, has now access to mobile devices, which is incredible. Because that means in developed parts of the world, it will be more than, well, it will be almost 100%. And it's not only something of the wealthy countries. It is also, as we see, a huge growth in, for example, Africa and Latin America. And that's very important, because mobile makes it possible for people who don't have access, for example, to basic things like good water, electricity, food, but they still have mobile. And it gives them opportunities, which is very important. You can still see here something similar if you look at this chart. You see the growth is everywhere, every place. Let's do a quick check. Is there someone here in this room? I doubt it, but maybe we will find the lone ranger here who doesn't have a mobile device. No one? Damn. Okay. I will keep searching. Maybe I will find them eventually. If we look at a number of applications, let's take a look at email, we can see the change in behavior. What we see is that smartphone users, especially, 90% of the smartphone users is accessing email using the smartphone. They don't use, or not only use their regular device, the computer, the traditional computer, to access email. No, they are using their mobile for that. Yes? Accessing information is done using the mobile, and less is being used using traditional devices. Something similar we can encounter if we are looking at mobile devices. You can make a distinction between traditional phones and the smartphones. And what we see is a tremendous growth of the smartphone. The smartphone is considered the new generation devices with a lot of features, feature-rich devices. Let's do a new check. If we consider the Android phones and the iPhone as the smartphone, and let's just say for the sake of argument, we don't consider the BlackBerry as a smartphone. You could argue about that, but still, just checking. Who here does have a smartphone in this room? Interesting. And who doesn't have a smartphone? Interesting. I'm missing something. Okay, what you also see here, you can indeed see that we are doing something similar as the rest of the world. People are moving to smartphones. And I'm a little amazed about the amount of people having actually Android device or an iOS device. Interesting. But we are going to discuss that later on. Also some other figure. I like figures sometimes, but here you can see indeed the market is shifting to Android and Apple devices. They are currently the dominant player if we're talking about smartphones. Very important, because you cannot discuss mobile technology if you're not discussing social media, because they are closely connected. Social media was not possible if we did not have mobile technology. What is social media? In the past, I gave some presentations here in Suriname about social media, but still, social media is basically that individuals, people, become the center of the universe. At least they consider them the center of the universe. And they are responsible for generating content. In the traditional way of communication, a long time ago, let's say 5 years ago, content was generated by the government. Content was created by news agencies. Content was created by companies. And we were going to visit the company, their website or whatever, to retrieve that content. Things have changed. People are generating content themselves, and if your friends, your local community, your community, the people around you, they are checking using mobile devices what you have created. For example, YouTube is completely or almost completely based on content created by users. They make the movies, and we watch those movies and we like those movies. Facebook, the content is created by you all. It is not created by the government or someone else. And people get involved because that is quite interesting, because it is something it is their content, it is content of their friends. People are actually involved, they are engaged to that content. So social media is making a big change of how we are communicating with each other and how we see information. This is actually changing the way of our lives. We obviously have seen that in a number of countries around the world. We are familiar, for example, with the Arabic Spring. And that was, social media had an important role in that change. Just to show you the impact of that change, I'm going to show you a small movie, a new version of a movie. For some of you guys are already familiar with the previous version, but just to get an idea. And also because I like the Okay. The reason I showed you this video is because because today is not about social media, unfortunately. But still, social media is very important in mobile computing. And if you understand the motives of the consumers, of the individuals, then you can better understand why doing business using mobile devices is so important. Because you can all agree if you look at this movie, you see individuals are moving to social media. Their life is centered around it. So if you want to do business, you should take that into account. You should understand the motives of the people. Yes? Okay. Let's now focus on how can we make this mobile technology work. How can we do business and how can we earn money with it? As we have seen is that mobiles are becoming quickly the dominant device for accessing information. It has a huge impact on life, communications and engagement. It is possible 24 hours, 7 days a week, everywhere, every place. I know a lot of people I can ask, if you wake up, what is the first thing you do? I think there are a lot of people here who are first checking their device. True or not? And the first thing when they go to bed, check your device. People are checking their mobile the whole day. As I said, social media is very important. And it is not only for wealthy people, everyone is using mobile devices. So it's not something of the rich people, no, definitely not. I know figures, for example, from Suriname, but also other countries. People don't have, if people don't have much money, but the first thing they do, in the past they bought a television, today they buy a mobile device, a smartphone. And not a simple smartphone, the best one they can get. In the past there were sneakers, no, today they want to have the best smartphone out there. So, if you want to do business, you have to take into account. If you are looking at your employees, for example, the employees, they want to do all the tasks they need to do for their job. They want to do it mobile, on an easy way. It should not be difficult. It should be easy accessible. They can do it anytime they want. They don't want to do it in a traditional way. And thinking about tasks like time writing, reporting, accessing information, workflow things.